Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? We back with another one, man. We back with another one, man.
Shout out to Likeable.
Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD.
The kid.
And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Man, we are back with another one, guys. We're here to talk about this Jaron Boost Ennis and the Stanionis fight, man. A lot of people inboxed me. A lot of people was saying stuff like, man, I can't wait for you to go live next. I can't wait for you to go live next, man. Well, guess what, bro? I don't dodge no smoke. I'll dodge zero smoke, ladies and gentlemen. Zero smoke, man. I gotta admit that I did pick a Stanionis to win, okay? I did pick a Stanionis to win. But hear me out, though. You gotta hear me out fully. Before you judge me for picking a Stanionis, man. You gotta hear me out fully. And this is why I say you gotta hear me out fully before by me picking a Stanionis, because you got to remember Stanionis is an individual who was dominant at the 147-pound division, right? He was a bully. He was a come-forward fighter. In his own words, Stanionis says that all gas, no brakes. That is what he said. All gas, no brakes. So, in Stanionis' words, all gas, no brakes, I'm thinking like, okay, Stanionis is the same Stanionis that we thought he was. And Stanionis, not only is he the Stanionis that we thought he was, he's the Stanionis that can produce, essentially, right? That is what I was thinking when I came across a Stanionis, right? But unfortunately, a Stanionis let all of us down, man. He let me down. He let other people down too, because in our minds, a Stanionis was the individual who could box, who was going to go at Jaron Boost Ennis and give Jaron Boost Ennis the toughest fight of his career, or at least one of the toughest fights of his career. And unfortunately, though, Jaron Boost Ennis was able to overcome Stanionis and dominate him in orderly and timely fashion. Oh my goodness. Hey, it's your boy LD.
The kid.
And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. So unfortunately for Stanionis, he sort of kind of like just like let everybody down in a sense, man. But you know, I picked the Stanionis to win that fight. I picked the Stanionis to win that fight because, for once, I thought Stanionis would be the Stanionis from 3 years ago when he was boxing, right? 3 years ago, Stanionis was a dog. He didn't want to be seen. Didn't nobody want to fight him. So that is the Stanionis that I had in my head. That is the Stanionis that I had in my head. So, ladies and gentlemen, I admit I was wrong. I was wrong. Now, just to say though, and Stanionis gave us he gave Boots a couple of hits, but with that high guard, Stanionis wasn't a factor for Boots Ennis, man. I can't lie. Boots Ennis went in there. He did his job. He dominated in a timely, orderly fashion. He did his job. What can I say? Stanionis did his job. He did his just due. He did what he came to the arena to do. So, the question that I propose to you guys tonight in this very chat, the question that I propose is, are you shocked at Boots Ennis' performance? Or should the question be, are you shocked at Stanionis' performance? I think that's more because it's kind of shocking to both, right? Because here we have Boots Ennis, who's been active. You got to remember, Boots Ennis has been active even though he haven't been giving us his best performance, he's been active. That is the key. He haven't been giving us his best performance, but he's been active. And that is the key here right now, right? So Boost Ennis been active, but he haven't gave us his best performance until he fought Stanionis. And so, and whereas Stanionis has been inactive for some time now. Stanionis been inactive for some time now. And so with that being said, Stanionis, man, I mean, he let me down for sure. He let me down. And with that being said, man, Stanionis, man, you let me down, brother. Hey, what's up, guys? LD,
The kid.
and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Hey, man, so Stanionis is Stanionis let me down. So the question is gonna be, are you shocked? I want to say, are you shocked? Let's say, are you shocked about Boots? We're gonna say Boots' performance. That is the question. Are you shocked about Boots' performance or Stanionis? Because I thought Stanionis would give us a better fight, man. So we're gonna say Boots as one of them. We're gonna say Stanionis, and you guys can go and vote on this poll, okay? Stanionis, and then we're going to add a button, and then we're going to say not shocked about Boots, and we'll say not shocked about Stanionis, not about Boots. We'll say not shocked about. We'll say not about. Let's see. I got to make sure I get all of this into the query here. Not shocked about Stanionis. All right. Not shocked about Boots. And then the next one is not shocked about Stanionis. All right, so here's the poll for today, guys. And I should have went the other way, man. I'll probably end this session and do another one, but for right now, this is what we'll go rock with. I'll just do a rerun for the people to join in later. All right, so the question is, are you shocked about Boost' performance or Stanionis? You can pick Boost Ennis, you can pick a Stanionis, or you can say not shocked about Boots, not shocked about Stanionis. All right, and there go the poll. The poll is up. So you guys can go and vote on the poll. I mean, to me, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like this, I was shocked. I mean, I was shocked at Stanionis more so than Boots. Like Boots, because Boots already been performing. You got to realize Boots Ennis been performing. So the chat is open. I want to make sure you guys get that. The chat is open. You guys can vote as you come into the channel. You guys can vote. You guys can vote as you come on. I should have all this done prior to. All right, so here's the question for you guys, right? And so the question that we asked in the chat today is are you shocked about Boots' performance or Stanionis? And the four options that you have is Boots, Stanionis, not shocked about Boots, and not shocked about Stanionis. And you have to remember here, the key is Boots Ennis been boxing, right? His last two performances haven't been the best performance, but he's been active. That is the key, but he's been active. And so Boots Ennis has been performing, but he hasn't had Boots Ennis been performing, but he has had the best performance, and the Stanionis haven't been performing. So I believe that was the key factor here for Boost Ennis win. And I'm going to be real with you. 147-pound division is wide open for Boost Ennis. Stanionis, if he was competition, was his biggest competition. Mario Barrios is not in Boost Ennis, not on Boost Ennis level. His eye always swell up. I'm not being funny, but his eye always swell up. Boost is going to walk through him. And then as far as Brian Norman, I mean, he's not even established yet. The words that came out of Boost in his own mouth is he just fought on a undercard and getting paid $150,000 to fight. I don't have nothing against Brian Norman, but he's not an Earl Spence. He's not a Terrence Crawford. He's not a Keith Thurman. You see what I'm saying? He like the welterweight division is easy. So it's sort of kind of like works for Boost Ennis in a sense, right? So Boost can go any way. Like the division is his. If he don't be the one that dominates that division, then I'm curious of who will, because there's nobody there. There's not a Terrence Crawford there. There's not an Earl Spence like there. The welterweights haven't been established yet. You have new welterweights. The welterweight division is now reset, right? It's now reset. You have guys from 135. I'm sorry, you have guys from 140 going to 147. You see what I'm saying? You have guys from 140 going to 147. So the division is like, there's nobody. There's nobody yet. I mean, they have names, but they not established names in the welterweight division. Now, 2 years from now, we can have this debate about the welterweight division, because you got to remember the welterweight division was stacked. You had Danny Garcia, you had Sean Porter, you had Keith Thurman, you had Terrence Crawford, you had who else, man? But I'm just saying, before Boost, you had those names. Right now, Brian Norman is not a name that you could put in a building and it sells 100,000 plus or 10,000 plus. It's just not. He just fought on the undercard, like Boots said. Who is he? So it's like exactly what I'm saying. Who is he? So Boots, the division is wide open for Boots Ennis, and he should win. It's wide open. He should win. He should win. And if he don't win, we have to question why he don't win, if we're being honest. My boy DT in the house. Shout out to that boy DT. DT says Boost just took over the welterweight division, and I cannot disagree with you, brother. Boost has took over the welterweight division. I can't disagree with you, brother. He has. It's his division. Who's there? There's nobody there. So the division is his. That's what I've been saying the whole time. Even though I was wrong with the pick, I was only going off the pick because of me saying the simple fact, like, of who Stanionis was 2 or 3 years ago, right? He was dominant. We can't lie. Boost Ennis was dominant 2 or 3 years ago. He was dominant. I mean, not Boost Ennis. I'm sorry. I'm getting my words mixed up. My apologies. Stanionis was dominant 2 or 3 years ago, right? Stanionis was dominant 2 or 3 years ago. So the memory of a Stanionis, of him being dominant, was in my mind, was in my perspective. And that's the thoughts that I was going off of, right? But as I did state, which I'm going to show you guys the video, I said that Boost Ennis been active, even though it's not his best performances, but he's been active. I said that even though it's not his best performance, he's been active. That is the key, is staying active. Stanionis haven't been active. He's been on a layoff for like 2 years. We haven't even seen the boy. I'm just saying. And he comes up and fight a unification match. He wasn't ready. The stamina wasn't there. He was not the same as Stanionis, man. He was not the same. And it reminds me to even question who, like Earl Spence, like Bro been off for like damn near 3 years now since he fought Crawford, or 2 or 3 years, or however long it has. When Earl Spence come back, is he going to be the same Earl Spence at 154? Because he's been gone so long. So that is the question really here that we asking the guys in the chat, man. Shout out to Sleeper Grind. He says,
Shout out to Likeable.
Boots will own 154 as well once he get up there. I mean, Boots is a dominant fighter. He is a great fighter, man. Like I said, he's the one that's been active versus Stanionis not being active. And it showed. It showed the level. It showed, the stamina. It showed the competition. It showed. And Boots Ennis did a tremendous job. He dominated Stanionis. He dominated Stanionis. I can't lie. He dominated the guy, man. I can't lie, bro. I mean, he dominated him in a fashion in which I was shocked. I mean, I thought Stanionis was going to at least try to bring the fight, man, but he didn't even bring the fight, bro. I mean, but to answer Sleeper Grind comment, Boost will own the 154 division once he get up there. I mean, Boost Ennis is a tremendous fighter, bro. I mean, he got a skill set level. My only thing with Boots, my only thing and my only pet peeve with him, man. My only pet peeve with Boots Ennis is that he goes and he does his hands and he does this with his hands and that man, like, bro, just go in there and box. Don't entertain me like that. You entertain me by being dominant with the sport. You entertain me by doing stuff like that, man. Like, you doing anything other than that, you're risking yourself getting punched. You're risking yourself possibly getting knocked down for showing out. But he was in his bag. Boost Ennis did a tremendous job. I mean, honestly, dude, he did a fantastic job, man. Hey, and I want to say shout out to King Davis, man.
Shout out to Likeable.
Yo, King Davis, man. Shout out to you, brother. I seen you rejoined on the membership, man. Shout out to you, man. I want to give you a round of applause, bro. I read your comment. The reason why I ended the show was on Saturday night because of the comments was coming in slow and it was just slow. And so I ended it, man. But I didn't know, man, next time call the show phone. If you call the show phone, I'll pick up and I'll be like, okay, man, something going on. Then I can see what's going on with the channel, man. So next time, just call the show phone, man, and let me know what's going on with the channel. King David, shout out to you, though, man. I appreciate you. My boy DT says, I think it's standing on the struggle with the quickness. He was worried about catching a punch when he throws a punch. Yeah, that was definitely a factor. I'm not gonna lie. That was definitely a factor of his. And also too, man, he just didn't throw enough punches. He had the high guard up a lot, but he wasn't throwing punches. And that right there, man, you gotta throw punches, bro. I try to tell these fighters, which is true. I do try to tell these fighters, the only how you going to win a fight unless you let your hands go. You sitting there saving your punches, it ain't going to do nothing for you, but make you get more dominated, make you get more whatever. Like, you have to let your hands go in order for you to win a fight. So, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I want to say, right? So everybody know right now, right? I picked the Stanionis to win the fight. But before I picked the Stanionis, this is the reason why I picked the Stanionis based off his past performance that I had in my mind that Stanionis is a dog. He's going to come forward. He's going to do anything in his power. He's going to come. All gas, no brakes. That is the thought of a Stanionis that I had. That is the thought of a Stanionis that I had. All gas, no brakes. That is what I thought of Stanionis. All gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes, right? Well, Here is my thoughts as to why I picked Stanionis. And I'm going to go on the record and admit I was wrong. I went against Boost Ennis. I was wrong, guys. Make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Please, that helps the channel grow. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Smash the like button. So, guys, this is the reason why I picked the Stanionis. I was wrong in my pick, but this is the reason why I picked the Stanionis. His opponent down. He likes to like walk him down, punch him out, walk him down, punch him out. And no matter how many times you punch him, he keeps coming forward. Now that just if this is the same as Stanionis that was fighting in the past. You got to remember Stanionis haven't had a fight in a minute. It's been a while since his last fight. You know what I mean? And Boost's been active, but he hasn't had a dominant performance in his last 2 fights. So Eddie Hearn pulling this off and getting his Stanionis to fight is great, because I think Boost only had a 3-fight deal with Matchroom. I'm actually likes to walk his up. So that is why I'm actually gonna get another video on for y'all too. But I just wanted you guys to see. Hold on, let me take this down. All right, so I'm actually finna get another video on for you guys too, right? And I just wanted you guys to see the reason why I picked a Stanionis to win. Oh, I think I read that. I read that one right there. Shout out to my boy DT, man. I read that one. But see, that is the reason why I picked the Stanionis. Is because he's a dog. He come forward, you know, and based off his old performances is the reason why I picked him. But Boost Ennis, he showed tremendous heart. But I'm hearing this whole thing pound for pound. We put that pound for pound word. We utilize that word so much, right? Is Boost Ennis pound for pound? What is the pound for pound? What is the meaning of pound for pound? What makes Boost Ennis pound for pound, right? Now, I know some of the ideology that they use when they said pound for Boost Ennis is because they referred him to Errol Spence, right? And they said that Errol Spence had 3 belts and he was ranked as pound for pound. But the difference between Errol Spence and Boost Ennis was the level of competition that he fought. I can't stress that. I can't express that enough. I can't express that enough. The reason why we call these fighters pound for pound is because of the level of the skill level of fighters that they fought. He fought the top fighters in his division. And Stanionis was a top fighter. It's not, you know what? It's not Boost Ennis' fault that Stanionis wasn't active. It's not Boost Ennis' fault, man. And Stanionis was a dog. It's just that, man, you know what? If Boost Ennis is pound for pound, man, then we got to name him pound for pound. I'm not even finna get into the whole debate, and then I'm gonna have to go back and forth with y'all, man. I'm not even finna do that, man. But the thing is, man, it's like, you know, Boost Ennis is a great fighter. He is a great fighter. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to see Boost Ennis more active. I want to see him get in the gym more and be more active. And I want to see him stop playing in the ring. You know, he was having a great night, dudes. Bro, when he hit that and boom, boom, I was like, yeah, bro on point tonight. Bro on point. But the thing is, it's like, man, I want to see Boots in his bag. But I want to see him in his bag as far as like, you know, being more active. And I can't lie, bro. Boost is complacent. Like the way he places his shots, nice. Like that step back uppercut. He caught Stanionis, and I thought Stanionis was gonna go down. Now, one of the things that I do want to talk about is his corner stopping the fight, right? And I'm gonna see if I can find some video footage of it, right? But is Stanionis corner stopping the fight? I think they did a great job stopping that fight. And the reason why I say I believe they did a great job stopping the fight is because sometimes, man, we have to we have to save the fighters from themselves, man. We have to save these fighters from themselves because they come to fight. These fighters, they come to fight. And so we have to save them from themselves, man. They come to fight. Like, as a fighter, your job is to fight. And it's nothing that Stanionis had a couple of hurt punches here and there, but Boots Ennis dominated the fight. He won every round from start to finish. And I think the corner did a fantastic job in stopping that fight with Stanionis in that corner, man. He basically said, we don't need this. You don't need this, man. I understand you're out there putting in hard work, but you don't need this. You know what I'm saying? And so I agree with him, man. He didn't need that, man. He was taking on much more punishment than what he was outputting. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at the fight. I'm not mad at the stoppage. Jaron Boots Ennis did a tremendous job. Where he goes from here, the sky is the limit. I seen that he took a pay cut to fight Stanionis. And you know what? That's just what you got to do. Devin Haney did it. He took a pay cut when he went over there to Australia to fight George Kambosos. So I mean, sometimes and you gotta look at the promoter too. Like, do your promoter really want it for you? Cause I mean, come on, you gotta go open up that bag, Matchroom. No, it seemed like Eddie Hearn always want a discount, but I mean, Matchroom got to open up the bag and get Boost that get him that fight. For sure. My boy DT says he left the arena stunned. All the Lithuanians in the building suddenly disappeared. It was magic. Damn. Dang, my boy said it was magic. All the Lithuanians had left the building. Damn, that's crazy, bro. I'm finna get this video on, y'all, and I want y'all to, because I know I hear a lot of people saying stuff like Brian Norm. I don't know how this is mixed up, so we're going to get it as raw as pop. We're going to get it as raw because I don't know how this is mixed up, right? So because I didn't edit it. But I'm trying to see if I can find that video on Dazn, and we can hear the stoppage. I feel like his corner job did the right thing, man. I feel like his corner did the right thing. I feel like they did the right thing, man. His corner did the right thing and stopping the fight. I mean, because he was only doing more harm to himself than anything. So, all right. So let me get this other video on for you guys. I don't know how it looks. We're going to get it raw as possible. So here it is right here. This is when they was talking about Brian Norman and everybody else.
Got it.
How interested would you be on headlining hardcore ring magazine?
We'll see. Like you just said, and we'll see.
Yeah, last one, guys.
Okay, it's Johnny Boy Boxing at Fight Night. Boots, a lot of people feel that you beat the best fighter at welterweight. Do you feel the same way that he's better than Stanionis is better than Brian?
For sure. For sure.
Be undisputed and lose to 154 after that?
I definitely think Stanionis is the better one. At this weight division, I beat the top guy. I'm number one. He was number two. And I know it's off topic, but shout out to him. He about to have a baby, I think today or tomorrow. So blessings to him. Hope he get back home safely, and bring a child into this world. So that's a blessing.
You send him a gift for the baby?
You out of pocket.
He already gave him the gift. Right.
All right, so there it is right there. He said they asked him, did you give him a gift He said he already gave him a gift as I guess by taking that pay cut and going at him. My boy says I was disappointed with Ray Ford, and I heard UFC Miami was crazy too. Yeah, man, I didn't even.
Shout out to Likeable.
Yeah, UFC Miami was crazy. I didn't watch it, but I didn't watch it, but it was crazy from the highlights I saw it, man. I'm gonna get into more UFC, bro. Like I'm about to get into more of the UFC, man. And you know, because the only thing with UFC, it don't give you time to catch up and learn about a fighter, bro, because it's a fight every weekend on UFC. So that's the only thing, bro. Like it's a fight every week on there, man. So, but I am gonna start getting into the UFC topics though, UFC and doing it, man. Shout out to my boy HG. HG, he be commenting, but he don't be on live no more, man. What's up with that, HG? But yeah, man. So oh, this is what I wanted to do. I want to present to y'all. So this is what the Conor had to say. What the hell? This is what the Conor had to say, guys. And I believe the Conor did the right thing here, man. I'm gonna be real. I think the Conor did the right thing. Here it is, right here. The Conor did the right thing.
Okay? I'll stop the fight. I'll stop it.
And they're going to wave it off. They have waved.
You see it right here.
I don't need this. We don't need this. I know you want to fight. Okay?
He says, I know you want to fight. You don't need this. You don't need this. And Stanionis knew that he was losing the fight. He closed his eyes.
And they're going to wave it off. They have waved it off. Stop.
Yeah, and I mean, Boots dominated, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Boots Ennis.
Man, he did the right thing, man, by stopping that fight, bro. He did the right thing, man, by stopping that fight, bro. So, I mean, I'm not really mad at it. I mean, because there was nothing that Stanionis could do. There was literally nothing that Stanionis could do, man. He says, I disagree with him not needing it. This is a unification match. This is your legacy. No, I don't think he was. No. I think you got his words misconstrued, bro. You got his words misconstrued. He's basically saying you don't need the punishment. You know, you don't need to be out there. You know what I'm saying? You don't need this. Like you don't need the punishment. You don't need to be out there getting whooped like he was getting whooped. You don't need to be out there doing that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what he meant. That at least that's what I took it as. You know, he's saying you don't need this. Like you don't need to be out there right now. You're taking more punishment on than he was putting out. You know what I mean? So, and Jaron Boost Ennis was in his bag, man. I can't lie, man. The dude was dominant. Jaron Boost Ennis was dominant, bro. He was in his bag, man. I can't lie, bro. I can't lie. Bro was in his bag last night, bro. He was in his bag Saturday night. But to switch topics just a little bit. Okay, man. So we want to talk about the Thomas Matias and Ray Ford fight, man. I'm not gonna lie. Ray Ford, he says, will coach give me a better strategy? Isn't that your job? Shit, bro. I mean, he gave him a strategy. I mean, it was in the 7th round. Everything that they was doing was getting dominated. But that is true. Isn't that your job? He was, I mean, I'm pretty sure he was telling him, go out there and do this, and do this. And it was up to him to do it. But he probably just wasn't listening to the coach, if I'm being, I don't know. It was a hard fight, bro. That was come on, man. Like, if that's like DT, you being my coach. That's like you being my coach, right? And that's like you being my coach, and I'm the boxer, and every time you tell me to throw a punch, I'm throwing the punch, but I'm getting 10 punches back to me. You see what I'm saying? And you at that point, you're gonna be like, look, bro, nothing that we're working on. We're in the 7th round. You're getting beat up. The nose is bloody. You see what I'm saying? The dude nose was bloody. Everything. I mean, they tried every little thing, bro. It just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. I mean, every little thing that they tried, it just wasn't working, man. It just wasn't working. Hey, listen, this is what I'm finna talk about, right? I'm going to speak about the Thomas Matias fight and the Ray Ford fight, man. Like, this is the thing, man. Ray Ford is coming up. I believe he's coming up from 126 to the 130 division, right? He's coming up in weight. He's a tremendous boxer. He just needs to go work on some weights because he didn't have no power. He did a great job, but it was almost like I was watching Shakur. My bad. Ray Ford needs to go get some weights. He's coming up in weight, but it wasn't no power. It was almost in a sense that I was watching Shakur Stevenson fight. Hey, what's up, boy? LD, and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Ray Ford fight almost made me feel like I was watching a Shakur Stevenson fight. I mean, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm actually saying it in a good way, but I'm just comparing it to a Shakur Stevenson fight because it's like, bro, where is the knockout?
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
So it was like he was going to the body. He did a tremendous job. He went to the head. He did a great job. He went to the body. He was doing a great job. He had outbursts. You know what I mean? He stepped back. He had defense. He had offense. Ray Ford had everything going well. It just got a little boring. It just got a little bit boring. It's like, bro, knock this dude out. He's not even swinging at you. And then what did Thomas Matias come to do, bro? Like, it's like, bro, you went around the ring to play shadow. I'm going to stand in front of his shadow. Is that what you're trained to do? Because you didn't let your hands go. And when you did let it go, it was a little bit success here and there, but it wasn't much success. And it's like, bro, you got to do more than that, y'all. DT says, he upset me because Matias kept a high guard and all Ray did was punch his gloves. I guess he was trying to open up, but I mean, I seen him go to the body, but he was doing more headshots than anything. Ray Ford was doing more headshots than anything. But my only thing is, it's like, bro, he got to go work on some weights. He's a great boxer, but again, he reminds me of Shakur Stevenson. Ray Ford reminds me of Shakur Stevenson. I'm just saying. He got to go work on some weights because he did everything right. He just didn't get the knockout. The dude wasn't giving him nothing. I mean, the dude wasn't giving him a little bit of nothing. I mean, I just don't understand why Ray Ford couldn't get this guy out of there. He had some opportunity to get him out of there, but he would stop. He would go boom, boom, and stop and like grab him, hold him, and let the dude hold him. And it's like, bro, don't let that dude do that. You go and get this dude up out of there, man. That is what we wanted to see. And it got boring and it got stale, man. And it got me like, man, I don't even want to be on live no more at that point. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, you gotta work on that, man. It just got to happen. It just gotta happen. You know what I'm saying? But overall, though, man, they had some knockouts on this card. You know, they had the Moses guy. They had, I don't remember it. I got to go back and rewatch it. But they had some great prospects, man. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I'm going to say this year and next year is just full of prospects, bro. And then I'll say year 3 is when we're going to be screaming these guys' names. Like right now, every boxer is too early. Like, I don't know. It's like boxing went down. It's like everybody now is a prospect. Boxing is nothing but full of prospects now. Ray Ford, prospect. You know, Ardula Mason, prospect. Keyshawn Davis, he's not a prospect no more, but he's becoming a household name, but he's still up and coming. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have that showmanship no more where it's like, oh, this person boxing, everybody finna tap in. It's like, we got some people like that, but it's like boxing kind of went away. Even with I feel like a lot of people didn't really tune in to Boost Ennis fight. Because I was like, hey, you watching the Boost Ennis fight tonight? They're like, who? Oh, I didn't even know he was fighting. I don't know what it is with boxing right now. It's like people are not tuned in unless it's Tank, Jake Paul, or Canelo. And it's crazy that I even said Jake, but Jake bring eyeballs to the sport. You got to give him credit. Every time he threw a body shot, it connected, and Matias felt them. No, he definitely felt them, but I don't know. He didn't capitalize on them, bro. Like, that's the thing. He reminded me of Shakur Stevenson. Like, I'm telling you, Ray Ford reminded me of Shakur Stevenson. Like, he is the next Shakur Stevens. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm saying, y'all, like, Ray Ford is a great prospect to watch out for. He just needs to go hit the gym and hit some weights so he can get some knockouts in the mix of all of that. He's going to need to get some knockouts in order for him to keep up with this stamina, keep up with this going. He got to go get some knockouts, man. He got to. I'm just saying. He got to go get a couple of knockouts, bro. I mean, he did a tremendous job, man, but it just the lack of knockouts, or the lack of knockouts, bro. I mean, he did a great job. It's just the lack of knockouts, man. That's just all it was, bro. He did a great job, man. I want to get this other picture on, man, because shout out to that boy Jay Brown. This is what Jay Brown sent me, y'all. After me picking Boost Ennis, he says, can't wait to see the next video. Take your time. He was being funny, guys, because I picked the Stanionis. Listen, I was only going off how Stanionis was, but like I said, he was put on a shelf for 2-3 years, and Boost been active 2 or 3 years. Rather he had good performances or bad performances, Boost Ennis been active in the last 3 years. He's been active in the last 3 years. So to that boy Jay Brown, this is the video. I admit I was wrong with my pick, but here's the reason why I went with my pick. Walk his opponent down. He likes to like walk him down, punch him out, walk him down, punch him out. And no matter how many times you punch him, he keeps coming forward. Now, that just if this is the same as Stanionis that was fighting in the past. You got to remember, Stanionis haven't had a fight in a minute. It's been a while since his last fight. You know what I mean? And Boost's been active, but he hasn't had a dominant performance in his last 2 fights. So Eddie Hearn pulling this off and getting his Stanionis to fight is great, because I think Boost only had a 3-fight deal with Matchroom. I'm actually about likes to walk his. My boy DT says, who is Jay Brown? I guess he watches the show, or he might have been just a casual person that watched the show, but he commented and he made that comment. And so I screenshotted this. So when I make with AI or whatever the reels come, I make sure I go and I try to find this reel, and I'm gonna tag him in it. You know what I mean? But like I said, bro, I listen. Here's the thing, man. Boxing, if everybody got it right in the sport of boxing, then bro, we'll be rich, right? But like I said, man, like with boxing, you just have to, go off with the last time you seen him perform. You know what I mean? And Stanionis it wasn't that he didn't perform well, is that he's probably been inactive for so long. And yeah, he go work out. He said that he said that he left no stone unturned. Well, guess what, Stanionis? I think you left a few of them unturned. I ain't even gonna lie. That boy Stanionis says, I've been training and I left no stone unturned. That is what he said, boy. Stanionis, I think you left a few of them unturned. And I'm gonna need you to go back and find the rest of them stones, because you made PBC and you made me look bad. I'm just saying. Shout out to LikeableDialogue. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Real talk, man. So, I mean, listen, guys, to sum everything up here, man, I think Ray Ford did a tremendous job. I think he's a top prospect in the future. I believe he's skillful. I feel like he can do some work at 130, but I feel like he needs to go hit the gym and hit some weights. That's my only thing. And that way, you know, because you're coming up in weight, so your power needs to transform up to the 130 weight. And Ray Ford power, you know, he did good, but it didn't transfer all the way to the 130 weight. And so that is my only thing for Ray Ford. He did a great job. He just need to go hit the gym, hit some weights, and then get some power. That's my only thing for Ray Ford. Go get the gym and hit some power, bro. That's the only thing that I would recommend. And then for Boots Ennis, man, you did a great job, Boots. I just want you to just stop dancing in the ring, because I don't want you to become a meme like Adrian Broner did. Y'all remember when Adrian Broner was dancing in the ring and then all of a sudden he got whooped and then they made him a meme? You know what I'm saying? You know, some people, you know, when the lights, camera, action on them, they don't know how to act. So, you know, Boost, I want better for you, man. I want Boost to continue doing what he's doing. He did a tremendous job. He proved me wrong and he proved the naysayers wrong. And I never did say that I'm not a fan of Boots. Like I watch his fights. I'm not saying I'm not a fan of his. I just, you know, all I'm saying is the one. So when he become undisputed, I don't want to hear him. I don't want to hear nobody say like, "Oh, he did what Earl didn't do." Like, bruh, the welterweight division is open. It's like, bruh, Jaron Boots in his toughest competition was Stanionis. He dominated him. I don't want to hear about Brian Norman. I don't want to hear about Mario Barrios. Boots dominate both of them. And one thing that Boots Ennis says is that Brian Norman got paid $150 allegedly for his last fight, and then turned around. They offer him $2 million. Who wouldn't take the $2 million if you got paid for $150, man? I mean, if that's true, then hey, somebody goddamn me something. I'm just. But all I'm saying is, man, the welterweight division is open. You got new welterweights. They are not top. They are not top 147 pounders yet. You see what I'm saying? They're just now growing into the 147 pound division. And 2 or 3 years from now, then we could talk about Devin Haney at 147. Then we could talk about Ryan Garcia at 147. Then we could talk about who else? T.O. at 147. Who else? We could talk about all of these new people at 147. Devin, Ryan, T.O., all of them at 147 later on, 2 or 3 years from now. But we can't talk about them at 147 right now. There's nobody at 147 that's stopping Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis' toughest competition was Stanionis. Why you think Manny Pacquiao is trying to make a comeback? He's trying to make a comeback at 147 because he knows there's no Terrence Crawford. He knows there's no Sean Porter. He knows there is no Earl Spence. There's no Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is at 154, 154, and 47. I don't know where Keith Thurman is at, to be honest. But I'm saying he knows that there's no competition at 147. And Boots Ennis knows it. He even said that he was like, who is Brian Norman? Like that dude is nothing. So he knows it. Mario Barrios, come on, bro. You had Mario Barrios right here, his whole eye swelling up. Like Martin, like when Martin had them knots on his head. Come on, man. 147-pound division is open for Boots Ennis to get it and to capture undisputed. And so I mean, if he don't do it, then like, bro, like, what are we doing here? I mean, Matchroom got to make it work. They got to do it. They got to do what's necessary to make it work, man. But anyway, guys, make sure y'all smashing that like button, man. Man, I'm finna get up off of here, man. You know, because I'm you know, I just wanted to come on here, man, and speak my mind and speak what happened, man, about the fight, and let y'all know, man, that you know the 147-pound division is wide open, man. And Boots Ennis did a great job. He stopped the Stanionis. I didn't think that was the Stanionis that we were going to get, if I'm being quite frank with you. I thought we would get a little bit more competitive Stanionis. Stanionis was nothing more than a punching bag. You know, maybe he have his baby, go get him a couple of fights 2 or 3 years from now, and then get a Boots Ennis fight, a rematch. But that high guard and no punching, that does nothing. You got to let your hands go. When he let his hands go, he caught him. But Boots still won and dominated every round. Boots won every round, bro. You know what I mean? And so those y'all that are just now coming on, this is the reason why I picked Stanionis to win. Walk his opponent down. He likes to like walk him down, punch him out, walk him down, punch him out. And no matter how many times you punch him, he keeps coming forward. Now, that just if this is the same as Stanionis that was fighting in the past. Did you hear what I said? That's just if this is the same as Stanionis. Let me take this down. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? Stanionis is going to come to fight. That's just if he's the same as Stanionis that likes to walk his opponents down and punch them. That is what I said, and that was the reason why I picked Stanionis. I remember Stanionis. Let's rewind it back just a little bit. You got to remember Stanionis haven't had a fight in a minute. It's been a while since. You heard what I said? You got to remember Stanionis didn't have a fight in a while. But if he's the old Stanionis that we know of, then we know that he's that dog that could give Boots Ennis a fight. That can give him a fight. But unfortunately, he didn't give Stanionis, he didn't give Boots Ennis a fight. I'm going to finish it off. His last fight. You know what I mean? And Boots been active, but he hasn't had a dominant performance in his last 2 fights. So Eddie Hearn pulling this off and getting his Stanionis to fight is great, because I think Boots only had a 3-fight deal with Matchroom. I'm actually about likes to walk his up. Yeah, man. So that's just what I said, man. I mean, that's the reason why I picked the Stanionis to win, bro. Like, honestly, if I'm being real, my boy said, I guess now we know that any performance less than that we saw Saturday for Boots means he's just been messing around. That or the lack of training. Because you remember his dad said, like, the excuse was from his dad when he didn't perform as well as he did on Saturday night. His dad said he didn't want to get up and train. He didn't want to go to the gym. He didn't want to do nothing. But Boots' words was, you give me a top level fighter, I'm going to be in the gym and I'm going to be training. This is the level, this is the skill level of a boost Ennis that you're going to get. That is what Boost said. Like, this is the boost you're going to get when I'm fighting top level competition, because it's going to push him to go to the gym. It's going to push him to go that extra mile. It's going to push him to work out extra hard. It's going to push Boost Ennis to do what he needs to do in order to get the dominant performance like we got on Saturday night. That is what that is. So, I mean, unless Eddie Hearn can give him a top level fighter next, you know what I mean? That's just what you're going to get. But at this point, Boost Ennis shouldn't do anything less than this. He shouldn't do anything less than this. I don't care if you, because you got to remember, man, Boots, the fans don't turn on the fighters. If you really think about it, it's not the fans that turn on the fighters. It's the fighters that really turn on the fans, because we're disappointed at your performance and you mad at us for being mad at your performance. Like, if we your supporter, if I pay for a bag of chips and if I go to the store or to a burger joint and I pay for some fries and them fries is cold, I'm mad that I paid my money and them fries is cold. So I have a right to criticize them fries. And that's how boxers is, right? They don't like when we criticize their performance. They want to say, oh, you're not the one in the ring. You're not the one that's doing this. Bro, I paid my money. And you sold me a product that you said that you was going to go out there and do what's necessary. And guess what? If you don't do that, then I have a right to talk about you. I have a right to criticize you. Fighters need to get over that, man. But that's my whole thing, man. But Boost Ennis got to definitely step up. Boost Ennis definitely got to he got to bring this performance from now on. We don't want to accept anything other than this from now on. We need this from now on. This performance from now on, Boost. This is what we need from now on. Going forward, this is what we need. This is what we're going to expect. This is what we're going to be looking for, Boots. So, man, shout out to Boost Ennis, man. I'm not being biased in no way, man. No way, shape, form, or fashion. So don't get me wrong. Boost did a tremendous job. I mean, shout out to Boost Ennis. He did a great job. I mean, he dominated every round. I didn't even have a round for Stanionis, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like when Boost Ennis dance in the ring. But one thing he did when he said bow, bow, and he said boom, 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 like he did that little shoulder dance. When he hit Stanionis, he said bow, bow. Then he hit the little shoulder dance like that. And then he bowed him again. I said, well, damn, Stanionis. At that point, bro, like, you gotta get the ref. Like, at that point, when his corner stopped the fight, like, we can't be mad at his corner from stopping the fight at that point. You don't need this. Like, you right, bro. You don't need that going out there getting dominated in orderly fashion like that. You don't need that. So, I mean, shout out to him. Shout out to his corner. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him, man. Hey, listen, guys. I'm your host, LD the Kid, and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Hey, it's your boy LD the Kid, and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you tap into the channel, man. Become a member. Become a subscriber, man. Hey, man, we answer everybody questions over here in the comment section, man. So, hey, Jaron Boost Ennis did a tremendous job. Ray Ford did a tremendous job. My only thing with Ray Ford, if I was to give him some pointers, he needs to lift weights. Lift some weights, bro. And that way you can bring that same power that you had at 126 up to the 130-pound division. I'm out of here, guys. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all smash that like button, and we finna get this back up for a replay. Hey guys, that part of the segment was called subscriber questions, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to press the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, and don't forget to press the like button so everybody can participate in that, right? Press the like button, please. That helps the channel grow, okay? And listen, don't forget to press that subscribe button. Great show. Thank you, guys. It's your boy LD the Kid. and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Hit the press that subscribe button and stay tuned for more on Likeable Dialogue. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Turn your notification bell on. Join us with the live debates. We get to everybody comment. If you want to become a member to support the channel, become a member. Listen, guys. Listen, I do this thing here, man. I show love to everybody. So if you want to become a member, join the membership. If you want to become a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, but you have to hit the notification bell. And that way you get notified when we come on live and you can join the live debates. Like if you say something, I'm going to say something and we're going to have a great conversation and we're going to have a likable dialogue, guys. So make sure y'all tapping in. Have a good night.